Hello and happy Sunday. Look at this mysterious glowing orb that's in the sky. It has heat and it's very bright. I think it's called sun. Oh, it's so nice to have. So this video is like a little mix of all the little bits and pieces of video that I've had on my phone and didn't make it into other videos, I guess. It's kind of a smorgasbord of different things that I've been up to, some walking, some stuff around town, some restaurants, and hope you enjoy. Well, this is a sad garden update. One of the papaya trees fell over. It was very, very windy last night, which is not typical for rainy season. So we lost one of the papaya trees, and I'm sure some animals will enjoy the green fruit. So this road has been paved just recently. That makes it twice that it's been paved in a year and a half. And this road doesn't get any pavement ever. I kind of asked the guy in the truck, ¿Esta calle? And he said no. So not this road. I love seeing these buses, the Diablo Rojos, Red Devils. They were U.S. school buses that were imported into Panama in the 1950s, and most of them are privately owned, very vibrant, very loud. I think they're for parties. Well, we'll have to see what the results come out, but I just got my lipid panel rechecked after doing, I think, maybe, I can't remember if it's been a month or 2 months of no pasta, no honey, and some walking. I've not been doing a lot of walking. It's been rainy. I know, they're just excuses. All right, we'll see what the news is. Probably get the results later. If you've been to El Valle, you probably recognize this church. It's at one end of the main street, and it's pretty close to the Mercado. And the Artisan Mercado is a great spot for plants and produce and people watching. And it's definitely busier on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But even during the week, there are some stalls that are open. Some of the artists, some of the produce vendors. So it's definitely worth checking out. A lot of the artists are there working on their crafts, just as they're waiting for customers to come in. And then just past the Mercado, there's a little strip of a couple of restaurants. I always forget about this one, the name, Maison Pintao. And they have good food there. And then Heaven's restaurant is also really good, a good option. And then there's some good little stores in there for shopping. So it's a decent little strip to, get a coffee or a meal and some gifts for people back home. Here is my happy news about my lipid panel. So the first test was July 23rd. The next test was September 12th. So July, August, September, basically 2 months. And all I was doing was I eliminated pasta and I omitted the honey that I used to put in my tea. Basically stopped eating crackers and cookies, and I was walking more than I'm walking now. Okay, so the before numbers, triglycerides were 247, now are 210. HDL was 54, now it's 56. LDL was 204, now it's 180. And total cholesterol was 307, and now it's 278. So that's pretty good. I'm really excited about that. And I'm gonna keep going on the leaving out pasta because that seems to work. And most bread. I'm having pita bread. I'm making a lot of hummus, making like black bean salad with cucumber, red onion, cilantro, and corn. I know corn is a carb and it has sugars, but it's a really good salad and the black beans are healthy. And so I'm not like hungry, and if I'm snacking on popcorn and not pretzels and not crackers. So I've made some really good positive changes. I have been slacking on the walking. I've been really busy writing, editing, publishing, and I'm gonna tell you about my latest book. I'm super excited about it. But first, let's go back to the video. This was a really cool thing to see, this mott bird. This was up at the other property where I was co-hosting at the Airbnb in the Gaital neighborhood. And it seems like the agoutis have returned. I'm so excited. Actually, today, as I'm putting this video together, there were two of them playing, jumping, scaring each other, trying to steal each other's food. It was really fun to watch, and I'm glad that they're back. This is the original thermal water place in El Valle. It's rustic, but it's really nice. The downside to walking as much as I have been is now I get blisters on my toes, and I forgot to put the preemptive Band-Aid on my toe when I headed out this morning. So I have a blister that just shredded on my toe. Oh, well, note to self, carry Band-Aids. We've had some pretty intense thunderstorms, and I was trying to catch the thunder and the lightning, but never really did seem to catch it on my camera. But sometimes the thunder is so loud and the lightning is so strong, I just jump back from the window because I'm scared. I will do another garden update video, I promise. And I don't know if I mentioned, but these little agoutis have been burying food in a different part of the garden, and then they come back to it. I've never seen them do that before, but a couple months ago, when I was sitting out there, I noticed that behavior and just thought it was really cute. All right, I'm going to tell you about my latest book. It's called How to Quit Drinking Alcohol with ChatGPT. I am really proud of putting this together for a number of reasons, but one is that I think it's truly going to be revolutionary to help people quit drinking alcohol. I have been 8 years sober. I've had different experiences with times of drinking in my life, and then having sobriety, and then losing sobriety. And I'm gonna do a video on that because I think it's important to share stories like that. It helps people not feel so alone. And so I know that the book is gonna help people because I used ChatGPT to kind of give me a little pep talk about my writing and self-publishing, and I was astonished at what came back because it remembered all the ideas that I've been putting in there. And, you know, it felt so amazing to have this support that was personalized. It was available whenever I needed it. You know, if I was at 10 p.m. chatting with ChatGPT. And so this book, and I also created a custom GPT that people can use. It's 100% customizable and adapts to their needs. It's available 24/7. You don't have to worry about being judged. If you want to program it to give you funny jokes or quotes from the Buddha or Bible verses or movies to watch that will lift your spirits or books to read that are on health and, you know, medical approaches for dealing with addiction, it can literally just be completely customized, and everything is accessible immediately. So if someone's having a craving, they can immediately type into their sobriety coach, you know, I'm having a craving, you know, help me out. And because the GPT knows the person's profile, it will prompt with the exact support that that person needs in that moment. It's also great for celebrating milestones and, you know, looking at habits and changing habits and patterns. So I'm really proud of it. Check it out on Amazon. Early reviews are coming in, and I'm just really happy to see that people are embracing the idea. And I'm going to be going forward and making some more journals that have their own custom GPTs, and that's kind of a first to market product on Amazon, and I'm proud of that too. So anyway, check it out, or let a friend know if you know that somebody is struggling with wanting to cut back or quit alcohol. I had the happy occasion to meet some friends at Fuego, one of the restaurants at La Compañía here in El Valle, and we had dinner. It was delicious, and if you want to check out the property, they have 3 restaurants. This is Fuego, which is their steakhouse, kind of grilled, open flame cooking. And they have an all vegan and vegetarian restaurant called Terra. And then they have a restaurant that looks over a lily pond called Tiempo. And that one is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have to enter the property down the hill through the lobby. They used to have these other gates open, but they're not open any longer, so you have to go through the lobby. And I had this delicious dessert, and even though I had this dessert, my cholesterol levels went down. Now here's another restaurant. I'm not going to restaurants all the time, but these were like a month apart. This is Las Nubes up in on the way toward La Mesa, also in El Valle. Their food is amazing. You definitely want to make a reservation. We had tried to go on a different occasion, and it was a Sunday, and the restaurant was just packed with like an hour wait. And so we went on a Friday and did not have a reservation, and the restaurant got really full. Delicious meal, great atmosphere. You don't want to go at night because it's a pretty steep hill to drive. The dilemma I always have, I love these little lizards, but they love to eat the hibiscus flowers, and I love my hibiscus flowers. It's hard to find balance. Anyway, I hope you have a great week. Thank you for watching and subscribing.